Hello, everybody.
Talk Radio.
Hello, this is Dr. Carol Francis coming from you today in the middle of April of 2012. For those of you that are listening in an archived version, it is about Braco. I've had so many different requests of listeners associated to the Braco gazing experience, and they're listening to the long-range, unedited version of all the interviews that I did that went over 3 hours at the recent Braco gazing in Los Angeles area, March 2012. And since I've had so many requests to really hear those interviews and clip them together, I'm going to give you a few or some of those interviews each some tonight, and hopefully a whole lot more as we keep going along. Now, what exactly is Braco? Braco is a gazer from Croatia, and he comes from a mentor who was a healer, a psychic, and so forth and so on. I don't know if you believe in things like that. Obviously, if you've come to the Braco Healing Gaze site here associated to this interview, you have some interest in trying to figure out what this is all about. So Braco stands, gazes throughout the audience, trying to make some eye contact with each member, and each member gazes back. And through that experience, which doesn't really last a long time, say 7 to 10 minutes, people have experienced healings. Relatives have picked pictures that they've taken with them to the gazing of relatives have experienced healing. It's an interesting phenomenon. I don't know exactly what to make of it, but I'm here to research it and to bring it to you. These people are enthusiastic, heartfelt, sincere. It was really quite a treat being able to interview them. So now I'm going to play for you some of those interviews and record, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Everybody, this is Jane Sibbett.
Hello, I'm Jane Sibbett. I'm one of the producers of the Braco America events and Braco TV live streaming.
What is your story about the authenticity of this, your experience? Because you are so invested in the sharing of this. But what brings you to such confidence that this is truly a path of healing?
I personally, just in shooting the documentaries, 3 now documentaries, I have seen countless stories of people talking about everything from being able to walk or to see or to hear, relationships repairing that they thought were way beyond repair, physical healing in myself and in my family as well.
What would you say about yourself?
Well, I had severe allergies. The first year that we moved to Hawaii, there was over 200 inches of rain on our farm, and I'd come from dry Southern California, so it was a shock to my system, and I could hardly breathe. I was coughing so bad I was throwing my back out. So when I was shooting the beginning of the Days of Light in Hawaii, before Braco was even on the island, when Angelica Whitecliffe was just doing Skype gazing sessions to get people introduced to Braco, I was having to drink gallons and gallons of water while I was shooting so I wouldn't cough during the takes. But I was holding the intention for my family to feel ease and grace. My dad had gone into a hospice, but within 2 weeks, my dad was, feeling better, and then within a month, he was out of hospice.
Amazing.
My stepfather, who couldn't walk anymore, who had taken to bed because he was bone on bone, he should have had a double hip replacement surgery years before. He was in so much pain, he had gone to bed. He could no longer use his cane, his walker, or his wheelchair. He was just in pain. And within a month, he was walking. And he was very skeptical, too. And he said when he came to meet Braco, since he's my family, he got to meet Braco, and he said, I don't believe in God, but I believe in you. And so this was a very skeptical person who wanted nothing to do with any gazing sessions, but I held him in my heart while I was shooting. And that he said that was the only difference in his protocol. Any difference, there was nothing. He had no different meds, no physical therapy. He just knew that I was holding his highest and best good in my heart while I was shooting. So those things I've seen. And then the day that Braco arrived on the island, so I was about 2.5 months into it, I realized that I hadn't coughed in a day. And then a couple of days later, I realized I hadn't been coughing and my nose wasn't running in a few days. And then about a week into it, my husband said, have you realized you're not coughing anymore? And I said, shh, don't talk about it. I don't want to jinx it. I was definitely worried that it wasn't going to stick. And, and so here it is a couple of years later, and I'm doing great. Yeah, it doesn't rain 200 inches right now, but I'm doing great.
Wonderful. Yeah. Jane, I'm going to let you get back to getting the room ready for the next go, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye. Okay, bye-bye. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's Jane. And she, in my mind, is really behind the process of creating such a healing environment. She radiates the joy and the presence and the belief and this experience of it. And I want to tell you a little bit about Braco in terms of the information that is offered by Angelica Whitecliffe in her book, 21 Days with Braco. And just a quote from some of her experiences in there. It says, Braco did not have the power that power had him. That's from her book on page 83. This is a vital point for me to grasp in order to understand the nature of this energy, she continues, and the gift of Braco. The power had all the control, not the other way around. And Braco's first dedication to life was to the source energy. And he had made the pledge that as long as people came, he would help them. Braco gave himself fully to the energy and to the other people, including the family and best friends. He gave equally to the same. In another location, she also says, if he did, he would not be able to bring forth the energy in his gazing. Inherently, he recognized that the problem of civilization was that there was too much information, and it was extinguishing people's feelings. In other words, with all the data going on, and we wonder why Braco doesn't do interviews or write books that give out a lot of dogma or explain a lot of what's going on, but there seems to be just an ongoing representation of his work, that he would rather the experiences of the people that are being healed speak for the process that Braco is going through. So the people are lining up again, and I'm going to go and see if there's anyone that would be interested in sharing their story. Hi, I'm Dr. Carol Francis, and we have a radio show going on. We're wanting to interview people that had an experience with Braco. Have you been in there yet? Yes. And is anyone that would like to share their experience of what's going on? What happened?
I know, all of a sudden.
It can be all the way from neutral to nothing to frustration to amazement. We really are trying to just get honest responses because we think that the honest responses are going to be helpful. Oh, can you come on over to the table? Yay! Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to meet someone here. Have a seat right there, and I'm just going to hold the microphone there to you. So let me know what your name is. You don't have to give us a full name. It depends if you want people to know who you are.
Okay, I'm Cindy.
Hi, Cindy. So can you tell us what you just experienced and what your personal process was? And I see you have the sensei there with this beautiful...
Well, I've gazed with him a lot of times, and it's different each time. But this time, it's just such a joy when he comes out on the stage, and I just feel like, wow. And it's just a warm, heart-opening experience, and I find myself smiling and tears coming up at the same time because it's just such a sweetness coming from him and his face and his energy. And so I've brought many people here, because I first saw him a year ago, and my life shifted dramatically after.
Can you tell us some of the details of that?
Sure. I mean, sometimes healing happens in ways we might not think are healing. But I had an aunt who was very, very ill. She had breast cancer, and she was in hospice, and none of us could figure out why she was sticking around because she was depressed, and she really wasn't interested in life for quite a while. And so I took her picture, and I saw Braco look at her picture, and I knew that he had her. I just saw a light in his eye or something. And I got a phone call a little while later saying that she wasn't going to make it. She was leaving. And then the day before, she was perfectly fine. But I knew that his gaze helped her let go of whatever fear or whatever attachment she had to being here, and she was able to let go and move on really quickly after that. And so that was just one of the amazing experiences. But
it's definitely a comfort for you.
You know, I was able to be there with a few more gazes, knowing she was leaving and holding her energy, and it was really, really sweet, really sweet. So I feel like, you know, I just was a conduit to help her.
You're all aglow. Are you always this glowing?
I'm probably a lot more glowy since being Braco.